Hey ya guys, it's your cookie. Just kidding, call me Cam. Happy New Year and thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. A couple of weeks ago I put up a tweet asking you guys to post a picture of your OC. I didn't quite expect many people to participate, but damn son, you guys blessed me with many pictures of your beautiful children. There were many lovely designs, but I could only fit so many into a video, so please don't be discouraged if yours wasn't picked. There just might be more to come in the future, so keep a lookout for that if you'd like. First up, we have Bonzo. I'm not too experienced with drawing anthropomorphs. Is this what it's called? I'm not sure if this is what it's called. Furries? So this is a fun little experience for me. Off the bat, when I first looked at the picture they uploaded, I didn't quite see the tail. Only later during editing did I realize I forgot to add the floofy tail. I love drawing floof, so this is a little disappointing to me. Anywho, we press on. Sketching wise, well, my sketching is very chaotic as you can see, although it's kind of interesting to see my chaos come together when sped up. I realized one of the emphasizing points on Bonzo's design was their bow tie, so I decided to make that the center of attraction here. Although I kind of struggled with the hand placement a little bit. Oh, and you might notice that there are some jump cuts mid-recording. I did that on purpose so I wouldn't show you the bits where I kept erasing and redrawing. I didn't want the video to drag on for too long, you see. These speed paints always take longer than I anticipate. Approximately this took me 2 hours to draw, and since I decided to do 3 characters for this video, it totals my recorded footage time to around 6 hours. I found it challenging to reduce that time to 20 minutes, or however long this video ends up being after I'm done with all the editing and stuff. I skipped the line art process here, because the line art always takes me the most time and the process is pretty repetitive, you know, just tracing over my initial sketch, repairing and adding details to a few things. Personally, I think the sketching and coloring phases are the most interesting, so that's how it's gonna be, my dudes. The color blocking here is also pretty basic, just filling in the color, but I ensured the emphasis, the bow tie, was as red as it could be without being too intense. Once that's done, I go nuts with the shading. At this stage, I don't really care about being neat or tidy, I just want to ensure I shaded the right areas. You can always go back and rework the shading and clean it up as you like. Based on past mistakes, I try to avoid perfecting the piece I'm working on unless I'm sure the body of work is right. It prevents you from losing precious time. Bonzo has drawn so many adorable fan art for me over the last year, so when I saw them throw their name into the hat, I thought I could return the favor by drawing their adorable character. I am sorry once again for the lack of floofy tail. Oh, and here I'm adding in a few selective gradients, just to add more color and tone to the picture. I found this process to be easier when using the magic wand tool. I mean, they call it magic for a reason, right? This portion is basically a big ol' experiment to see where the shades look best. This next portion is new to me. I only started doing this a week or 2 back. So I was going through a couple of tutorials on YouTube whilst drawing and stumbled upon some of Keenan Lafferty's videos, which I do highly recommend if you're looking to better yourself in digital art. I merged all the layers into one and started painting directly onto the flat image. I did, however, duplicate the file in advance, so I do have backups just in case. The aim of this process is to kind of clean up the image as to add some additional details. Gotta say, I put in a lot of work on that bow tie, which you'll either see on screen now or a little bit later. And ta-da! We're done. For this next design, I'm not too sure about this character's name. The person that posted it didn't quite state their name, but their Twitter handle and signature on the piece is Kira. So for the rest of this little segment, I'm going to be referring to her as Kira. If I do another one of these in the future, I might ask you guys to include a name and a little bit of backstory just so I have a little bit more to work with. But for now, no worries. I'll make it work. I was drawn to this piece because of its energy. There's a clear story behind this which I was curious about. Well, that and I love drawing strong women. Pose-wise, I decided to help her free herself from those shackles whilst doing the hella cliche muscle flexing pose. Oh, and the arms are always a struggle for me. I altered and repositioned them so many times in this piece I kinda lost count. Don't mind that expression on her face. I changed the entire angle of her head later on. I found it to be too generic and not quite interesting enough, so I went over my sketch with another sketch, deciding to have her look up with slight accomplishment since her shackles are now broken. This sequel sketch is to refine my previous sketchy sketch to make my life easier when the line arting process rolls around. I'm not sure if you guys can tell from my voice, but I'm currently suffering from a flu. I found recording this audio pretty challenging, but it's fine. In the least, I'll be able to upload something. By the time this comes out, I'm sure more than a month has passed since I uploaded my ASMR prison video. Hopefully, I'll be able to upload more frequently from now on. If you'd like to see more videos like this, the best way to let me know is by hitting that like button down below. Depending on the reception, I might just make a part 2. Oh, and the keychain giveaway is still going on. You could still have the chance to win one of these double-sided keychains. The deadline is only at the end of this month. All you gotta do to enter is to go to my Twitter, follow me, and assault my pinned tweet with a like and a retweet. Simple, no? Okay, back to Kira. I love the simplicity of her outfit. It gave me more room to be a little bit more creative with the shading. The lighting here is right above her, which is why I can see the shadow of her 2 fists on her shoulder. Now it's time for the refining process. I use the magic wand tool a lot nowadays. I can't believe how long I went with minimalizing my usage of this tool. Another cool trick I've learned is outlining certain parts of my shading areas. I really like the effect it gives. Defining her muscles was the best part for me and a hell of a lot of fun. I could have added more in certain areas, but I was getting close to my 2-hour time limit at the end here. Oh, and this was where I noticed I forgot to add those laser zappy thingies on the end of her shackles. So to make up for it, I added a glowy blue and orange effect to her shackles and a simple overlay for that added effect. And ta-da! We're done. And now for the last OC. What drew me into this character was the floofy hair. I do love me some floof. Kodiak is actually a VA. I met him through one of my earlier animation projects last year. He voiced Sora in my Kingdom Hearts animation, and he's quite talented. I would highly recommend giving his page a visit. Since he's a VA, I decided to make that the leading element in the pose design. You may not be able to make it out now since it's in its sketchy phase, but he's actually holding a mic in his left hand. His left, our right. I felt as if I should specify since when people randomly point things out on the left or right, I'm confused whether they're talking about my left or their left. Okay, time for the sequel sketch. I already have the base down, so now's the time to add details and floof, especially details of the floof. I didn't realize the details on his pendant until I zoomed in. It kind of looks like one of those natural gem pendants. Color-wise, it's blue-ish green. And after some good old research, I figured out it might be... I'm gonna butcher all these names, aren't I? Amazonite, aventurine, turquoise, larimar, or verisite. Or I might be wrong altogether, but looking through all those gems gave me an idea for a Steven Universe tutorial thing. Damn, I keep getting sidetracked. I should mention that this video isn't a tutorial by any means. This is just my own chaotic process and how I make sense out of it. Hopefully there's some takeaway that you could use for your own art if you're an artist, or if you're not, hopefully it has that good old entertainment value. But seriously, this ain't no tutorial, this is just me talking about floof. I toy around with the shading on his right arm a lot, and there are even some instances where I skip the footage ahead because I do admit that I spent a lot of time meddling in this area before I was happy with how the shading turned out. I had a little bit of trouble with the lasso tool here, so I had to do a lot of the blocking manually, which was a bit irritating. I did fix it later though, so no harm done. Oh, and I've also decided to take a small break from animating, but that doesn't mean I won't be posting. I'm gonna try to get these types of videos out more often. My aim is twice a month, but we'll see. I've been wanting to create a graphic novel for quite some time, and I've already gotten started actually. I'll reveal more as time goes on in the future. And ta-da! We're done. We've reached the end of our video, but I would like to give a big thank you to all my amazing Patreons. This wouldn't have been possible without you guys. Thank you for all the support. Hope you guys like that. If you'd like to see more of these types of videos, click the like button down below, or if you have suggestions for future videos, feel free to tell me in the comment section. The keychain giveaway is still going on Twitter, so if you're interested in that, check the description for more details. That's all for now. See you soon!